Hi folks, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me. Now today we've got something a little bit different. Many of you that see a lot of my videos, a lot of them are aircraft, occasional racing cars, not a lot of armour. It annoys some of you and you want to see some more armour. So if you're like that, this is your moment, this is your day, because today we've got the AFV Club's British CVR T101 Scorpion tank. Light armoured vehicle would be more correct description. Now I always loved the Scorpion tank when I was younger. Something about it, it's so small and yet looks just right somehow, like a sports car amongst tanks, which it kind of was. It could do 70 miles an hour. I mean, this was one of the fastest tanks ever made. It's got a Jaguar sort of V12 engine. It's a petrol engine, was it diesel engine? I'm pretty sure it's a petrol engine, but it went like the wind anyway, and well known for being able to get across terrain very quickly. Developed in the Cold War, and lots of variations like the Scimitar and various other iterations that have come along since. So we've also got, as well as the kit, we've also got their Scorpion Tank Track early version, which are workable tracks. So these are going to be quite exciting, I think. So let's zoom you in a bit so you can see, and then we shall get cracking. So we'll have a look at the tracks in a second. I'll put that to one side. Without further ado, let's get motoring. So what do we got? It's I just warn you, this is made in Taiwan, AFV Club. Some of the English is a little bit odd, a bit Chinglish, you know what I mean. But anyway, it's product code AF35S02, and we've got a few bits of artwork on the side. We've got an example here of what it could look like. Do a good job of the finished item. So it looks quite nice, quite nicely weathered as well. I quite like that one. Quite impressive. Anyway, it's not a big kit. A little bit tricky to get hold of. I had to get hold of this via eBay. Cost me about £35–40 from memory, and about another £12 I think for the tracks or thereabouts. Let's have a look inside. Comes in a nice sturdy box, quite a small sturdy box. Got various other products including, oh, there's the Scimitar, look, that's quite interesting. So yeah, you can see the Scimitar is being advertised as one of their other products here. The long barrel gun. And various others around the box, including Centurion, and there's several iterations of the Centurion, bridge building tanks, some I don't recognise in fact actually, a Leopard tank, etc, etc, Honey Stewart, and so on. Anyway, let's get into it. Whoops. I have to say that their boxes are a little strange. They've got this rather strange, they're kind of not finished, they're not glued, they're just sort of click fit boxes, so you start opening it, it feels like it's fallen to pieces. And let's get it all out and have a proper look. Now this is one I'm definitely going to build. Definitely going to build. Oh, there's another advert at the bottom. They can't help themselves, can they? It's just one advert after another. New 2007, okay. That dates this a little bit, doesn't it? So it's not a new kit. Let's then have a look what we've actually got inside. Let's reassemble the rather odd box. Now then. Let's have a look in. Yes, I will take them out of the bags because, as I say, I think I'll be building this in the not too distant future. Maybe even as early as New Year. I fancy doing something different, to be honest. So, kicking off with, zoom you out so you can see what's going on. There we go. So, now it comes with this instruction leaflet, which is, if I'm honest, looks a bit very much like a photocopy, if I'm being truthful about it, which I don't care for. It's got some blurb at the front, and it points out that this was developed in the Cold War, brought into the army in 1973, and it was the first combat vehicle reconnaissance track series that obviously lots of other vehicles were developed from it. And it was used by the Royal Air Force for reconnaissance and screening tasks to secure their Harrier jump jet airfields. And you often see pictures of these in the background when the Harriers are dispersed in forests, etc., in places like Germany. Anyway, okay, I'm going to have to zoom you out for this because it's a fold-out sheet rather than a booklet. So here we go. So let's have a look in. Starts off telling you your colour callouts. You've got guns, Humbrel and Revel. None of which are ideal, frankly, but anyway, that's the way it was. It's about 10 years old, this kit, or more, so you can understand that to a degree. Let's bring in a bit more. Okay. Now then. First of all, it's got like a bathtub style hull, and you build that putting on your suspension arms underneath, torsion rods, torsion bars. Then you build up your wheels, drive wheels, main wheels and idler wheels. They then go on and they're runnable, so they have like a spigot to hold them in to so that they can run freely. This is actually very awkward, by the way, trying to handle this. It's not the best instructions I've ever seen. Yeah, so the wheels are actually workable wheels. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it, make a lot more sense. Then you work onto your hull and building up the actual bodywork and chassis. So you then get onto the idler wheels at the back, and they go on, and then you introduce the top of the hull into the main hull and chassis, and then you're doing all the detailing work and putting on the side boxes, etc, etc. Weapons that are stored on the side, equipment on the side, tools, etc. Then at the back there's a big storage box, as you can see, which goes on as well. Then you're into the turret already, and then you're putting on your little periscopes in the turret. Again, storage boxes that go around the side and the rear. And then you actually mount those on, so you've got a big storage box, and then you've got secondary ones at the back, ones that contain petrol and things like that. All your remaining periscopes go on there, and then you put your smoke discharges, and I think the grenade discharger canisters as well, and then your hatches go in, and your sighting equipment for the gun, more smoke discharges on the other side, and then a few holes to drill to do your antennas, which you've got to, as you can see, you make yourself with a flame and a candle. Old school. And then you mount the turret and the metal barrel. It's got a metal barrel in this kit. That gets mounted in, and tracks go on. Now it includes rubber tracks, rubber band style, within the kit, but yeah, I don't think, no, we thought we'd get some proper ones. Come to that later. And then this is where we get some of the more of the Chinglish, slightly strange language being used. The Royal Army. UN Royal Army, they mean UN British Army, of course. Royal Hussars, that's correct. And then we've got the Royal Army Desert Storm. I think that should be British Army Desert Storm. And then the Belgian Army and the Spanish Marine Corps, which I think should be Marine Corps. So a little bit of trouble in the translation room there, but no, it looks fairly clear and it looks fairly straightforward. So let's just have a look at what we actually have here. Now, first of all, we've got some nice photo etch parts. I have to say, there are not many. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So there's not a huge amount to go at. But you've got that, and then you've got your gun barrel. Now, I'm going to zoom you in best I can on this. Nice turned aluminium gun barrel. The only disappointment with this is the barrel is not rifled at all. So to my eye, it doesn't look as realistic as I'd hoped. You know, I've got the Tamiya Sheridan, and that's got a proper rifled barrel. It looks absolutely amazing. So that's a little bit disappointing, but again, we are going back about 10-12 years here. And then some decals, and because it doesn't have many decals on it, it's mainly number plates and a couple of squadron identifications, that's it. Okay, so let's have a look what we actually have. Let's get into this and get it opened with the trusty knife. Can't beat a good knife, can you? And another one of these manufacturers, they seem to like to pack their bags very tightly. I've got to say it's going to be tricky. It's damaging or something. We'll go this way. Yeah. Oops. In. cutting it. Don't get in properly. Right, we're in. Now then, there's two identical sprues here. I say they're identical. Yes, they are. So let's put one to one side and let's have a look at this. So, go against the white background, I think. Probably the favourite for us. How's that? So you've got main wheels here. There's several different versions of the wheels on Scorpion. And some of them had, I think they actually had like vented anti-mud, but I think this is the typical early version. So you've got your sprocket, drive sprockets here, which look very nice. I will say that the sprue is very nice. It's very flash free. Looks excellent, to be honest. There's your stowage boxes for going around on the turret. So you get your main wheels here. These are the wheel nuts, so to speak, for the wheels. Then we have the main sprocket, part of the sprocket wheels, and the idler wheels there. And I've got to say, that's really rather nice. There's no ejector pins where they shouldn't be, and it all looks very clean indeed. Can't fault it at all. It's fine. Next one, we've got some suspension parts here, I think. And again, getting into the bags is a bit of a challenge actually. They've left like 2mm of spare bag beyond the actual sprue to get into it. It's not enough. Oops. Right, I think we're in. Sort of. Makes it really difficult actually. Careful not to damage it. Right, we're in. What have we got? So this is all the torsion bars and some of the tools we've got here. So torsion bars for the suspension here, various tools here, mirrors, spade, a pickaxe, which is obviously in several parts. I think that's the part of the suspension here, and I'm not sure what that is. Is that a hatch? Is that the hatch or is that the vent? Maybe the vent. But again, small sprue, but very, very clean looking. Can't find anything wrong with that. Looks really nice. There's your spade. Nice little spade there, digging when they get stuck in the mud. Okay, that's that one. Now we get into the really meaty and interesting bits, I think. If I can get in this time, come on, do it better this time. There we go, almost. Right, this is the parts of the turret, including the gun mantlet, which is here. Come a bit closer, I think. Okay. Gun mantlet here. And then you've got your stowage box for the back of the turret, and the lids, and then the sides, and then you've got your headlight, rangefinder system. Yeah, again, another very clean looking little sprue. They're very nice looking actually. I don't know what it builds like obviously yet, but I can't fault the way it's been, the moulding is really nice, very clean. Let's hope it goes together well. And then, tell you what, we'll do a little bit more. This has got more room, it'll be easy to open this one. First bag that's been big enough actually. Right. What have we got? Here we go. Let's bring you out for this. Hey, now then. So we've got some, first of all we've got some rubber band tracks, which don't really care for, and you won't be able to use them because unless you just want it fixed, of course. But if you want to actually have them moving, then these are not the way to go. I don't think so. Shove those on the side. Then we've got some of the major components here. So we've got the upper and lower hull, the bathtub here, and we've got the vents and grills that go on the engine cover, in fact, because this is kind of front engine. People forget it's not like a conventional tank with the engine at the back. Engine's sort of at the front right side, to the right of the driver. So the driver sits here, engine's there. So yeah, quite an impressive setup really. I hope it doesn't make it vulnerable to being shot at, but yeah, they're an amazing little vehicle, it's got to be said. And as I say, they go like the wind. I mean, this was a racing car amongst tanks, or armoured fighting vehicles. But to be honest, if I was on the battlefield, I think this is the one I'd probably want, which you can dodge here and there, and probably quite hard in 1973 for other tanks to track you. I think that was the idea. They didn't have such sophisticated gunnery systems and rangefinders and all this kind of thing. So if this thing kept darting around at high speed, it was very hard to stop it really and hit it. And it relied on its speed, for it's a bit like a mosquito in the aircraft world, you know, relies on its speed for safety. Anyway, so we've got back of the stowage box here, and we've got some just various covers really, aren't they, for the back and the side of all these various stowage boxes. And of course there's the driver's hatch here. And it looks nice, you know, the grill's very sharply moulded, very crisp looking. Looks nice. I can't see anything wrong with it at all. But you're about to fall off the sprue here, so I'll be a bit gentle. And then last but not least, we have the turret, which we will try to demonstrate. Get in. I'm reluctant to separate these bags. There we are. Right. Oh yes, now look at this. Now I'm impressed. Check this out. Look at the casting effect that they've got at the top of the mantlet, or the top of the turret where the mantlet meets it, I should say. That's really sharp and it looks very real. That's like Tamiya or Ryefield fashion. That's good. Not expecting that quality of finesse. All the little hinge pivots and the hatch anchorage points for the opening hatch, they're all here. You've got the two hatches themselves there, and then there's various little lumps and bumps and lights, and this is the exhaust, I think, here, if I'm not mistaken. And the bottom of the turret here. Oops, sorry, here. And that's the actual mounting that it sits on. That's really nice. That turret, oh, in fact you can see some more of this casting effect on the side. I'm going to come in a bit closer here. See it? See it here? Sorry, I'm showing you the wrong one now. Although you can see it here as well, actually. Just point that out. There and here. Very, very nice. Like that. Wow. Cool. I like that. That's very good. So, zooming out, we just come to box number 2. So this is just the workable tracks. And the instructions are just on the back. In fact, when this was shipped from Hong Kong, this was actually put inside the main kit, and this was flattened. Quite a clever solution actually for avoiding shipping charges without damaging anything. So hats off to them for that. Gives you the guns, revel, and now they've added live colour. So I think these are a little bit newer than the kit. This came out a year or two later, and shows you how to paint them and how to interlink them. And it says do not glue. So they're basically like a click lock fit, if you can make that out. Get the camera to zoom in properly. So what we got here, they sort of click, there's a little knob here and then like a male and a female side, and they just click together in theory, but we shall see. And the idea is that they're then fully workable, which would be cool. Something likes a scorpion that moves. So let's have a look. One bag inside, and here they are. Another very tight bag indeed. I do like their tightly sealed bags, I'll tell you. Yes. Now obviously these are just lots and lots the same, multiple sprues than I did, so I'll just take 1 or 2 out. And get our background again by using the box. I think that's the best. How's that? So, here they are. Let's have a good look. Okay, so yeah, they just they allegedly just click in together. And do you know what? They're so small, aren't they? My God, I need my other glasses up to see how this is going to go actually, because they make it look so simple. I think we just have to trust them that that's going to work, because obviously they wouldn't call them workable tracks if they didn't. But there's a lot of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 screws of these. How many pieces is that? Doesn't actually seem to say. Quite a lot. No adhesive required. Click lock. Okay. Well, they're very clear about that. So they're clicking in together. Yeah, you can actually see in the diagram here. You can see this effect. So it's like a knobble here, and it's like a female dimple on these. So they should just click into each other, no problem at all. In theory. The other thing that you definitely need your good glasses on, because they are very, very small, tiny, tiny, tiny things. And yeah, you're probably going to need your A game on to put these together, to be honest. So there we go. So, what do I think? Well, got to be honest, I'm very impressed. Never seen it before in the flesh. I've seen, but I've asked the question to a few people trying to find out if anybody did a Scorpion, and I think this is the only decent one really you can get on the market. I don't know why so few manufacturers took it up. Airfix obviously do it in a little 76 scale, but in 35th this is the only one that's your viable option. But people say it's a nice kit. I've been told by people that made it that it goes together fine. I think the presentation of it, the box art is nice, both of them. I think the box itself is great. It survived a journey from Hong Kong and it's still all in one piece. The only criticism for me, I think, is the instructions. They're bad English and rather naff looking photocopy, because that looks dire. I mean, that just looks like it's been to pronto print, doesn't it? And get your English right, Desert Storm. I mean, I don't know who's checked that. That's a little bit very old school Chinese, isn't it? I think that's probably, if I was them, I'd just update that and get it reprinted with a nice glossy, perhaps a couple of photos, a little bit of info, make sure the English is correct. And Bob's your uncle. But anyway, I would say, honestly, it would have been probably a 9 out of 10, that, or maybe even more, 9.5, but for those crappy instructions. So I'd say that's probably an 8 out of 10. But frankly, you haven't got much choice anyway. I think it looks brilliant. I certainly like to build it, and I can't see any faults really that spring out or problems that it's going to give you. I think that'd be quite a pleasant build, and I might be doing that at New Year when we have more miserable weather. Anyway, a quick one today because it's a small model. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and please keep your eyes peeled, because we are expecting at New Year some more interesting things coming. We've got I seem to keep repeating myself, we've got a Vulcan coming from Airfix, we've got a Buccaneer coming from Airfix, and one or two other interesting things that are on the way. So fingers crossed that they turn up before Easter, and in the meantime, if I don't see you again, have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching, and cheers and bye for now.